just united front was determined this morning that we had a meeting for. And, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just, we had a very...
that really needed to be mentioned.
That was ridiculous. That was childish, and Sabrina had to let it be known. Yeah, I don't really think that was necessary. She trying to laugh it off, but Sabrina's not feeling you saying that.
Now, Sabrina Ionescu quickly, swiftly, and in a hurry, kind of tried to stop Kelsey Plum from taking these little shots, but she didn't care.
Kelsey dumb strikes.
The WNBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis was supposed to be about celebration, unity, and showcasing the league's brightest stars. Instead, it became the stage for one of the most talked about controversies of the 2025 season, igniting a firestorm that has divided fans, players, and media across social platforms. What started as a powerful statement about fair pay quickly spiraled into personal jabs, eye rolls, and Instagram clapbacks that have everyone asking, was this really about collective bargaining or something much more personal? Saturday night's All-Star game itself was spectacular. Team Collier dominated Team Clark 151 to 100.
By the way.
And you can just see, even with the way Sabrina Ionescu's reacting, she's like, what did you just say?
And right in front of Sabrina Ionescu, right there, right next to her, you have no shame. This woman's just trashy, dog. Like, Kelsey Plum is trashy, bro. That's the reason why Darren Waller left her. Smart man, by the way, because his salary was pretty nice when he signed with the Jets.
31 in a high-scoring showcase that had fans on their feet. Kelsey Plum of the Los Angeles Sparks was instrumental in that victory, putting up 16 points, grabbing 5 rebounds, and dishing out 3 assists. But it wasn't her on-court performance that has the WNBA world buzzing. It was what happened in the post-game press conference that turned a celebration into a controversy. Before we dive into the drama, let's set the stage. The WNBA is currently in the midst of crucial collective bargaining agreement negotiations. The current CBA expires after the 2025 season, and players are pushing hard for better compensation.
Y'all need media training, bro. Like, I hate to see. Y'all really, really need media training. This was so unnecessary. And then you gonna take shots after that trash game y'all displayed?
Improved working conditions, and a bigger slice of the league's growing revenue pie. The league has experienced unprecedented growth, largely driven by stars like Caitlin Clark, whose rookie season brought record television ratings and sold-out arenas across the country. With this boom in popularity, players rightfully believe it's time for their paychecks to reflect the value they're bringing to the league. That context is crucial because it explains why Saturday morning's player meeting happened in the first place. According to reports, WNBA All-Stars gathered for what was described as a breakfast meeting to discuss their approach to the ongoing CBA negotiations. The outcome of that meeting was a unified decision to wear matching warm-up shirts with a bold message, "Pay us what you owe us." It was a powerful visual statement, with every player taking the court in identical black shirts that sent a clear message to league officials, team owners, and fans about where the players stand. The shirts themselves created an electric atmosphere. Fans began chanting,
"Pay us what you owe us." And of course, everybody clowned that.
You said you wanted to look united, right? You wanted to make it look like y'all all were on one accord. You wanted to make it look like the advocacy was there between you all. And you come out and say 0 members of Team Caitlin Clark was there. How do you think that make y'all look now?
She joined you guys to stand as a one united front, and then you go and take shots at her when she's responsible for more than 55% of the business? Are you crazy? Have you lost your...
Pay the players throughout the warm-ups, creating an organic groundswell of support that even surprised the players. It was exactly the kind of moment that demonstrated the growing connection between WNBA stars and their passionate fan base. This wasn't just about individual contracts or superstar salaries. This was about systemic change for an entire league of elite athletes who have been underpaid relative to their talent and the entertainment value they provide. But here's where the story takes a turn. During the post-game press conference, Kelsey Plum was asked about how the shirt idea came together. Her response should have been straightforward, a chance to explain the players' unity and their collective push for fair compensation. Instead, Plum decided to go off script in a way that has dominated headlines for all the wrong reasons. With cameras rolling and Sabrina Ionescu sitting directly beside her.
Right there on my screen.
Y'all only got close to the green for the first time ever because of Caitlin Clark's there.
You tried to get them more money last year behind the scenes. They still didn't like you. You came out and spoke out for black women and black women athletes, especially black women basketball players. They still don't like it. Don't matter what you do. The peers of the WNBA do not mess with you. It just is what it is.
Plum explained that the t-shirt decision was a united front that was determined this morning that we had a meeting for. Then came the moment that sparked the firestorm. Plum added with a noticeable chuckle, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. The comment landed like a bomb in the press room. Here was Kelsey Plum, in what should have been a moment about league-wide solidarity, choosing to single out and publicly call out Caitlin Clark and her all-star teammates. The phrasing was particularly striking.
You know what? Caitlin Clark didn't have to do that. She didn't have to wear the shirt or anything, but she did it out of solidarity and good faith to help support the WNBA and the other players. What do? Discredit her and
not to tattletale, which seemed to acknowledge that she knew exactly how her comment would be received while doing it anyway. The chuckle that accompanied it suggested this wasn't an off-the-cuff slip, but a deliberate choice to throw shade at the league's biggest star. What made the moment even more awkward was Sabrina Ionescu's visible reaction. Sitting right next to Plum during this exchange, Ionescu could be seen rolling her eyes and looking visibly uncomfortable with her teammates' decision to call out Team Clark. When the topic continued, Ionescu made her own feelings clear with a pointed response, not really needed to be mentioned. Her tone and body language suggested she disagreed with Plum's approach and felt the comment was unnecessary and divisive. The optics couldn't have been worse for Plum. Here she was, supposedly speaking about player unity and collective action.
They're insufferable. They don't deserve more money. They don't get any ratings outside of Caitlin Clark. They openly disrespect her. They don't deserve Caitlin Clark. They don't deserve attention. They don't deserve a league.
While simultaneously creating division and singling out specific teammates for criticism. It raised immediate questions about her motivations. Was this really about the CBA meeting, or was there something deeper at play? Was this about veteran players feeling overshadowed by the league's new generation of stars? The backlash was swift and intense. Social media...
Caitlin Clark, I want her to clap back so bad. She needs a clap back, man. Stop being nice. Stop doing people favors. Stop trying to help a sister out. Stop doing all that stuff, bro. These are some ungrateful hyenas.
Exploded with reactions from fans, former players, and basketball analysts. Many criticized Plum for turning what should have been a unified message into a personal attack. The timing felt particularly poor. Why undermine the collective bargaining message by creating internal drama? Others pointed out that Caitlin Clark wasn't even playing in the All-Star game due to injury.
Part of me just does wish you would be like, look, man, I'm tired of y'all disrespecting. I'm tired of y'all hating and taking shots. Go figure this out on your own. Let me see y'all get a deal done without me, without my numbers, without my fans who y'all all claim was racist. Y'all called all of her fans racist, but you want to use the numbers supported by those same racist fans. You want to use those.
Yet she was still attending events and supporting her fellow players throughout the weekend. What made Plum's comment even more questionable was the context surrounding Team Clark's absence from the meeting. According to multiple reports, the meeting took place at breakfast time on Saturday morning. Some Team Clark members may have had conflicting commitments, media obligations, or simply weren't informed about the meeting's importance regarding the shirt decision. The idea that this deserved public call-out in a press conference seemed petty to many observers. The controversy took another turn when Caitlin Clark herself responded, though not in the way anyone might have expected. Rather than engage in a public war of words or issue a lengthy statement, Clark opted for a more subtle but equally effective approach. She took to Instagram with what many are calling a perfectly crafted response that managed to be both witty and cutting. The exact nature of Clark's Instagram response centers around a photo that Kelsey Plum had posted. In the background of Plum's post, a Nike logo was prominently visible. Clark's comment was simple but devastating. Thanks for the Nike ad. The brilliance of this response wasn't lost on anyone following the drama. Clark, who has a massive endorsement deal with Nike, was essentially pointing out that Plum was inadvertently providing free advertising for Clark's sponsor while trying to throw shade at her.
In a shot like this at the player that's the only reason you're in a position to ask for more money is crazy, and that's a fact.
Them relying so heavily on Caitlin Clark, one player, to generate their money, it's going to take some time, man, to get y'all those $200, $300 million contracts, bro. It just is. This isn't like a one and done thing that's going to take, you know what I'm saying, a year or two. Y'all got to show proven years of winning. And the way y'all attacking Caitlin Clark.
The 6-word comment was peak social media warfare, short, sharp, and absolutely brutal in its simplicity. It demonstrated the kind of media savvy that has made Clark such a marketable star, while simultaneously turning Plum's attempted diss into an own goal. The response showed that Clark wasn't going to be rattled by the public call-out, but she also wasn't going to let it slide without consequence. The aftermath of this exchange has been telling. Kelsey Plum's Instagram has been flooded with comments from Clark fans defending their favorite player and criticizing Plum's approach. The backlash has been intense enough that several media personalities have weighed in on whether Plum's comments crossed a line. Some defenders argue that Plum was simply being honest about the meeting attendance and that her comments weren't meant as a personal attack. However,
Clark beating her up, battering her. I don't know what the future even look like for y'all with viewership and entertainment.
Let's be serious here. Caitlin Clark is the one bringing in the numbers. We watched the ticket prices drop 50%.
the not to tattletale phrasing and the chuckling delivery make that interpretation difficult to support. What's particularly interesting about this controversy is how it reflects broader tensions within the WNBA about generational change and star power. Caitlin Clark's impact on the league has been undeniable. Her games draw massive television audiences, her jersey sales break records, and her presence at All-Star Weekend generated unprecedented media coverage. For veteran players who have been grinding in the league for years with far less recognition and compensation, that rapid rise to superstardom can create complex feelings. The timing of this controversy during CBA negotiations adds another layer of complexity. The players' unified message about fair pay is absolutely legitimate. WNBA athletes are incredibly talented and deserve compensation that reflects their value to the league. However, Plum's decision to create internal division at this crucial moment may have undermined that very message. Instead of focusing on the powerful visual of players standing together for better pay, the story became about interpersonal drama and petty grievances. This incident also highlights the different approaches that various WNBA stars take to media and public relations. Sabrina Ionescu's eye roll and her not really needed to be mentioned comment showed veteran leadership and an understanding that some moments call for unity rather.
When Caitlin Clark was announced that she will not be participating due to her injury, the ticket prices dropped by 50% for an all-star game. That should tell y'all other players, you're not as popping as you think you are. I'm sorry.
Individual grievances. Clark's Instagram response demonstrated social media sophistication and an ability to turn defense into offense without escalating the drama unnecessarily. Looking at the broader context, this controversy represents a pivotal moment for the WNBA as it navigates its growing popularity and the challenges that come with success. The league is experiencing unprecedented growth, but that growth brings new pressures and dynamics. Veteran players who built the foundation of the league are watching newer stars reap the benefits of that foundation, which can create tension even within what should be unified movements like collective bargaining. The real tragedy of this situation is how it potentially overshadowed what should have been a powerful moment for WNBA players. The Pay Us What You Owe Us shirts represented genuine solidarity and a legitimate push for fair compensation. The players deserve better contracts, better working conditions, and a bigger share of the revenue they generate. By creating personal drama around that message, the focus shifted from systemic issues to individual beef. As the dust settles from this All-Star Weekend controversy, several things have become clear. First, the tensions between different generations and tiers of WNBA players are real and complex. Second, social media has become a crucial battleground for managing public perception and responding to criticism. Third, The league's growing popularity brings both opportunities and challenges that players are still learning to navigate. The response to this controversy may ultimately tell us more about the future direction of the WNBA than the controversy itself. Will players learn to channel their frustrations more constructively? Will veterans find ways to support rising stars while also advocating for their own interests? Will the collective bargaining process be strengthened or weakened by these kinds of internal divisions? What's certain is that Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, and Kelsey Plum have all emerged from this weekend with their reputations affected in different ways. Clark demonstrated grace under fire and social media savvy. Ionescu showed veteran leadership and good judgment about when to speak up. Plum, fairly or unfairly, has been painted as the instigator of unnecessary drama at a crucial moment for the league. The WNBA All-Star Game was supposed to celebrate the best of women's basketball. Instead, it became a reminder that even in moments of collective action, individual personalities and rivalries can complicate the message. As the league continues to grow and evolve, finding ways to manage these dynamics will be crucial for maintaining the unity necessary to achieve the fair compensation that all these talented athletes deserve. The controversy may fade, but the underlying issues it exposed about recognition, respect, and the changing dynamics of professional women's basketball will likely continue to shape the WNBA's future. Whether this becomes a footnote in a successful collective bargaining process or a cautionary tale about missed opportunities remains to be seen.